This is KGW News at Sunrise.
He went from wanting to kill this man to so much compassion. I can see pain in his eyes.
So yeah, 1 minute that man was waiting for his car at a Southeast Portland auto body shop. The next, he was a hostage in the middle of a standoff between an armed suspect and police. So coming up, surveillance video will show, and he'll explain how he convinced that suspect to surrender.
Then WSU's corpse flower was in bloom yesterday on the Vancouver campus. We were there to smell it, and we learned more about what makes this 7-foot stink bomb so special.
From a stink bomb of a flower to bombing down the hill there at Mount Tabor Park in Southeast Portland. So this is what the PDX Adult Soapbox Derby looks like. And my friends, it can get a little dangerous. It can get a little hairy around the curves here. We're going to have a live preview with Soapbox Derby cars in our studio coming up here in just a few minutes.
Good morning to you on a Thursday. It's a little sweaty out there if you've been trying to sleep overnight. Very muggy.
The term you know, and growing up back east would be stifling.
I was going to say muggy, but yeah, that works too.
Yeah, and so here's another term we're going to use a lot today. Record warm minimum. What does that mean? A record overnight low, high low, right?
High low, yeah.
Okay, so the record high low for Portland is 65. We typically hit our morning low temperature right around sunrise, right? It's 75 degrees right now at PDX. It is unbelievably warm out there. 70 right now in Sherwood, 72 Tigard. We slip south into the Willamette Valley, Salem, Kaiser, McMinnville, all in the mid to upper 60s. Another warm day on tap for us. The heat advisory remains in effect until 10 p.m. Despite the cloud cover, I still think that we get into the mid 90s this afternoon, and then relief comes in tomorrow. I'm happy to share that with you coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, right now we're going to jump into our top story this hour. It's the latest on a deadly shooting in Portland's Hazelwood neighborhood. So this happened at about 8 o'clock last night on East Burnside near Southeast 127th Street. Police say they found one man dead when they got to the scene there, and so far they have not made any arrests.
More developing news way out east near Pendleton. An armed suspect got in a shootout yesterday with police right outside the Wild Horse Casino. And it happened on a day where Pendleton School staff members happened to be there for an event. Umatilla Tribal Police and other agencies showed up right as that robbery suspect tried to run. This all happened in the middle of the day yesterday at 1 o'clock. Police shot and injured the suspect, who's now in custody in the hospital. A bystander was also shot and injured in the crossfire, but the conditions of both aren't known.
My friend and I were just rushed into a back room, told to just keep very quiet, that there was an active shooter. No one knew for sure what was going on.
The Pendleton School District confirming several of their staff were there for a school event and witnessed the shooting. The district saying one staff member was injured, but it's not clear if they were the bystander who was shot. We should learn more today.
All right, take a look at this video now from Southeast Portland. It's security footage that shows police cornering an armed suspect at an auto body shop. Shots were fired with auto shop workers. You can see them right there, just a few feet away.
That suspect then ran inside the office and took a customer hostage. As Tim Gordon shows us, it was that hostage's incredible efforts that helped make sure no one else was hurt.
Rodriguez Auto Repair is quiet now. No work is getting done on Miguel Sanchez's Mini Cooper. Outside the garage, just off Southeast 82nd Avenue, there is damage to other cars.
Son nine
shots.
Yeah.
Shop owner Alonso Rodriguez is counting up the bullet holes from police guns fired Tuesday night. Officers fired at 49-year-old Robert Connolly, seen here in security video, armed and running from police into the auto shop garage. The video confirms what police say, that Connolly threatened them with a handgun and they fired on him, although they didn't hit him. Fortunately, shop owner Rodriguez and a friend were able to escape the garage to safety. But Sanchez was inside the waiting room as the suspect ran into the shop. With earbuds in, he didn't hear the gunfire at first. When it got his attention, he got up and moved.
I was hiding on that little cubby corner right there.
While Sanchez hid in this tight little spot, he considered what felt like his only option.
I had to kill this guy, because if I don't, he's going to kill me.
At that time, he says Connolly was trying to kick holes in the walls to escape. Then the suspect and hostage met.
And we cut eyes, and I was like, oh, man, I'm dead. So he's like, come on, man, I'm not going to hurt you.
For the next few hours, while police crisis negotiators and the CERT team responded, Sanchez was talking to Connolly. And despite the suspect smoking drugs from a pipe and saying he was ready to die, he listened when Sanchez shared his faith and talked forgiveness.
I don't care what you did today, bro. I'm not concerned or what you've done in your life. But he's willing to forgive you, and you walk out alive from here. But if you don't, you walk out there, they shoot you, you go straight to hell, and you will pay for eternity.
An act of tough love and kindness got Connolly to surrender peacefully.
He said, okay, I'm ready. I said, okay. God bless you, bro. You're going to be okay. So he opened the door, showed them his hands, and then he followed their instructions. And I just sat on the chair, and I started just bawling and praying.
Miguel, you are a hero for what you did last night.
Well, it went from wanting to kill this man to so much compassion. I can see pain in his eyes.
It's the outcome Sanchez wanted for both suspect and hostage.
I wanted to make sure that I go home to see my grandkids and my kids and my family, man. That was my whole intention.
And police arrested Connolly on several outstanding warrants connected to gun crimes and sex abuse charges. Tim Gordon, KGW News.
Just amazing. Okay, some more headlines this morning. We start with new information on a man accused of bias crime attacks in Portland. And court documents show Dylan Kesterson is now accused in a third incident. So back in July, you'll remember this one. Police say he attacked a father and his 5-year-old daughter of Japanese descent while they were biking on the East Bank Esplanade. After his arrest, police linked him to another incident from April where he's accused of harassing and assaulting a group of Asian women. Now he's charged in a third incident that also happened in April. Court docs say he hurt a person in a racially motivated attack. Kesterson faces a total of 23 charges across the 3 attacks. Well, it happens a lot when it gets really hot, and now a toxic algae bloom in the Willamette River is prompting warnings. The biggest area of concern is right at Cathedral Park in St. John's. You should not swim or play in the water. It can be really harmful, potentially deadly for dogs. Health officials are collecting samples to see how bad it is. That algae you can see there is a blue-green color, and it has been found in other parts of the Willamette as well. The U of O naming their interim president to lead the school until a new one is chosen. U of O provost and senior VP Patrick Phillips will step into that role this weekend. President Michael Schill is leaving after 7 years in Eugene to become president at Northwestern in Illinois. The school board will start the permanent search next month. And those are some of your morning headlines.
Chris McGinnis is just a few seconds away from delivering today's forecast, but first we wanted to show you this video from last night. The International Space Station captured the Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights. Experts say a set of recent solar explosions interacted with Earth's magnetic field, producing this colorful light show. I'm sure you probably could have figured out the reason.
You're saying?
Oh, yes, I do. I could probably say it backwards if we had time.
Yes.
Again, those are the words of the experts. Now, we have not seen any photos of this from anywhere in Oregon, but there were a few photos online that were taken in parts of Washington. So I guess, Chris, we were very close to being in a spot where we could see this.
Things
but a little
got
cloudy.
weird yesterday. It started getting gray and
it actually
cloudy.
reminded me of the smoke we saw a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I thought thunderstorms were ahead.
There were some showers in the Cascades. By the way, to the Aurora thing, with the sunspot cycle kind of in where we are right now, we are likely to have more opportunities to see auroras even here in Portland as we go over the next couple of years. So that's cool. And to your point yesterday, that cloud cover that moved in, it kind of limited our heating, right? We said we'd get to 100 yesterday. We only got to 98. Okay. Only 98 in Portland. So, we dodged that, right? But that has also set us up for a very warm overnight. So I'm starting off with this. Here is a look at the 4 warmest overnight lows on record for Portland. And by the way, note that they all occurred last year. It is not regular that Portland does not get below 70 degrees, but here you go. So far today, we've only gotten down to 73, and then the temperatures actually come up a degree or two. We're 75 last check at PDX. So this may very well be the warmest morning on record in August by the time things are said and done. It's 75 at the airport. It's 70 in Sherwood. Big picture here across the state of Oregon this morning. It's 76 in the Dalles after a high yesterday of 108, which is easily the Dalles' 12th or 15th, I think, 15th 100-degree day this year. So unbelievable, right? Our heat advisory continues for today, albeit probably not as hot as yesterday because of the cloud cover. If we poke any holes in this cloud cover, we are likely to get back into the mid to upper 90s, and we think that will happen. That said, this morning, radar actually showing a couple sprinkles across the Cascades right now. All right, here's a look at Futurecast. We'll roll the clock into our afternoon time frame. Mid-90s look pretty reasonable up and down the I-5 corridor, and then we slowly see some cooling arriving tonight, and this is going to be great. Here's Futurecast. And by late tonight, we get a strong surge of marine air that will push through the gaps in the Coast Range and right up to the Cascades. And so we are likely to wake up tomorrow morning to cloud cover, and that cloud cover will likely be pretty slow to burn off. And with the change in air mass, tomorrow should feel a whole lot better. We'll probably do the same thing on Saturday as well. So with that in mind, our 7-day forecast, once we get beyond today, at least the first couple days of our 7-day forecast look better, right? We do warm up a little bit on Sunday, and we'll get to next week when we get to next week. It looks hot. But for now, one hot day, one more today, Drew, and then we bring back some relief as we head into Friday and the weekend.